The MFDs are continuing to be upgraded, and now we're going to take a look on some of them that I think are ready. Hello guys, once again it's Matt. Thank you all the members and patrons. Make sure to subscribe, and we are here in dev server again to actually take a look on the MFDs. I did a video on the cockpits, but they actually updated a lot of the MFDs since the video actually. So I really wanted to take a look. So the MFDs are basically these screens that you can actually use to show multiple things, you know. They basically started substituting analog stuff in jets, you know, until you will see, like, for example, the Gripen is pretty much just screens, right? So yeah, so as you see, the F-16, they actually improved it by a lot the way that the MFD works, especially on the radar. They changed the color scheme, and they changed basically a lot of things on it. It is showing the same thing. As you see, the radar is going back and forth over here. You can see there we have the actual, like, selector of where you want to actually lock a target or not. And of course, where the radar is, as you see, the antenna. The elevation of it on those sides, like the side looking part as well. We have the basically the degrees that it is, upwards and down, you know, the mode of the radar, the range of the radar. So 0 to 37 targets appearing here at 0, here at 37, but then you can change as well. 74, for example, 148, 19, you know. You can change the mode over here. You can change to TWS search, as you see, with the like, because it's a normal search, you know, it's not like pulse Doppler. It will actually, like, have the ground clutter there, but still search pulse Doppler HDN, the normal, and see, look at the target, man. This looks like very similar to something like in real life. Look at that. It is looking where the target is and where it's actually going. So it's pretty amazing actually, this MFD. And if you lock it up, it shows the range of the missile there. So it's amazing. It really is amazing, right? Of course, you can always, like, fire the missile as well. Let me just choose the M120 over here. Let's see what happens there. Yeah, I see, appears the little thing there because you are locking onto the target, and then it returns to the search, and you can just continue to update via this. For example, you can fire via this as well. Yeah, see? So very cool stuff, right? And of course, since it's an MFD, you can actually change it. So if you go to the Y menu and go to the MFD, you can change the mode over here. So it has basically all of these modes. Here's the radar one, of course. We have, since I'm using a Maverick missile, or if you use a pod, for example, or anything like that, this will be the pod, as you see, flare system over here. You cannot, like, look and change it via here, which I think it's kind of sad, but yeah, you can basically just go here, for example, and I don't know, get a lock, for example, there. Oh, where's the thing? And it will actually show there. So for example, if I try to kill this AA system that it's annoying me a lot, let me just find the target. Okay, it's actually locked there, and you can track the missile and fire the missile onto the target, right? And then, where is it? Yeah, there you go. So very cool. You can even change the zoom on this thing, if I'm not mistaken. MVD mode, yeah, the zoom over there. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's changing the zoom as well. So a lot of things that you can actually change it up here. You have a normal mode, as you see, like you have the night vision and the normal mode, of course. And then an INS system that you can actually put it here. But, oh my god, there's twice of them. Oh, I want actually this one here, and this one I want for the radar. Yeah, you can change it up, and basically the radar will be there. Or I want the camera and then the radar there, for example. So this is the ability of the MFD that it's so cool. Okay, so this is for the F-16. A lot of the F-16s got this. This is on the C variant, but there are other ones I'm gonna show on the AM, for example, that it's a little bit different as well. But let's go to the F-15 first. So here we are in the F-15, and as you're going to see, it's a bit different. So if you go to the cockpit, as you see, it is a very, very realistic MFD. It's not, I mean, is it an MFD? Like, I mean, it's the radar scope that you can actually use for other stuff, but the MFD would be that one, right? But still, as you see, both of the screens, they are much, much better, you know? So, I mean, this is just really, really realistic, really close to the radar in real life, actually. I mean, it kind of remembers it, right? You have the inclination, as you see on the left side there. You have the side looking thing, you know. You have the modes here for kilometers or miles, depending on what you use. The size of the, like, scope that it's actually searching, you know. And then, of course, the modes. The only thing is that you have to be careful with the modes, because it doesn't really show anything different over here, which should be showing, right? I think, but still, it is not showing if it's TWS or what, but still, you can still use it. Of course, in a sim battle, you still have the radar screen over there as well on your thing. But of course, here we have the HUD itself, not the HUD itself, the MFD itself, right? So if you change the missile, I have to release the C. That's why you're not gonna see it. But look it down there. Hold up. So yeah, for example, it's choosing between the two missiles there. So I want the AIM-9 now. It's the AIM-9. If I want the M120, it's now the M120, right? So yeah, changing between the ones. If you shoot, they will disappear. They even appear what are the pylons that you're using. So for example, AIM-9, M120, 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 and AIM-9. So very, very cool. The amount of chefs and stuff, pylons, everything. So very, very cool. But let's see if we can actually, change it up on the MFD as well. Oh, it changes that one actually. So as you see, you have a, why is he doing that? So you have some modes over here. For example, the radar. You have a repetitor of the HUD, which is pretty cool. It's something that a lot of Russian aircraft actually had. I didn't know that the F-15 had actually had this. But yeah, it's basically a repetitor of the HUD, you know, for you to actually... I mean, if you lose the HUD or anything like that, it's a backup kind of system, right? So very, very cool. And of course, we have the TV camera for the bomb, in this case, that I'm using, because I am actually using bomb, right? So, for example, there you can see the USS Foresto, I think it is, right? The camera zoom is not really working there, but it doesn't matter, right? And here we have the radar, for example. You can choose it. Let me try to get a lock onto him. Yeah, see? And then you can just change the missile. Fire onto him, appears the same as the other one. So very, very cool. And if you use the TWS mode, for example, let me... I think, where is this target? I have to find the target. Yeah, there you go. You can choose the target there and fire there as well, which is pretty cool, right? So yeah, the flares in chef. I'm only firing flare, for example. I can choose I forgot the button. Yeah, I forgot the button that it was. This one. Yeah. So yeah, for example, chef now, it will release there, as you see right there. So very, very cool. Many things that appear on the actual pilot. Of course, you still have the RWR and stuff over here. All of these aircraft have it. Let's go to the F4F, which has a very similar one to this one. So as you see, it's very similar to the F-15 actually, which is pretty interesting. But you can also change it up. No, it's not changing, so I guess not. But I guess the rear pilot would actually, or the rear seat will actually use the Mavericks and stuff. But yeah, you have a radar screen very similar to the one in the F-15. So very, very cool. Oh, and they fixed the HUD as well. I just saw it. Yeah, it's finally with the proper HUD of the F4F. So very, very cool. I'm not gonna show every single one of them, you know, because there's so many aircraft with different things. Here, for example, it's a Soviet Russian one. We have the Su-27 SM over here, you know, at same thing as in the radar, you know, you can, it has less information that I would like, but it is still pretty cool. In the middle here, we have kind of a compass, you know, and then a navigation system. We can also change it up. So this one can be the camera, repetitor for the HUD, for example. We have the INS, and that's it. So for example, I can change it up for the INS, this one. This one I have kind of a backup system as well for flight controls and stuff, which is pretty cool. And the compass. This is a compass, but this might be an RWR as well. Let me check while taking off. And oh, and of course you can change it up, the last one there as well. So let me just take off because I want to see if this middle one is actually an RWR or just a normal compass, which is kind of alright if it is just that, but still. And then I think we're gonna just test the 1 or 2 more aircraft because the video is already kind of too long. So where is the AA system that can detect us? There you go. Yeah, it's an RWR as well. That's actually pretty cool. So that's appearing there. So it's not only a compass, but it is also an RWR. Very, very cool. Let's go to the hangar to check it out, the MiG-29. Here's another one, very similar to the Su-27 SM, with the MiG-29. It is kind of work in progress still. You have the radar, you have that RWR with the compass, you have that you know, secondary kind of flight controls things, but the thing is that it is not really properly modeled. Cameras for the missiles and everything like that. You can change it up in here as well. So very, very cool. You have things like the Sea Harrier, for example, which has a very cool one as well. Very, very good one with all the information available there, with even the modes, you know, for the radar. So very, very cool. Let's see the, yeah, like look at that. Very, very cool. And of course we have a repetitor as well. A lot of these aircraft have repetitors. You can change it up for an INS system or a navigation system or the radar as well. So very, very cool. And technically you would have kind of a camera for TV guided stuff, but you don't have it on these particular aircraft, so it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, very, very cool. Many of these aircraft have this type of thing, right? We can even take a look on these, like the AV-8B Plus here. Let me check it out if it's any different from the Sea Harrier. It should be kind of similar, right? Yeah, it's very, very similar. See, with the camera. Let's change it up. You have the radar, not really modeled like the other ones, you know, with the black screen there, but still, it is there, and you can use it up. That one, oh, that one is just for the camera. That's interesting. It's actually, and the zoom and stuff. So very, very cool as well. Just to check it out, the F-16 AM is pretty much the same as you see as the F-16C. So there is that, but very, very cool. And here we have the last one that I wanted to show to you guys. The ultimate kind of glass cockpit right now in the game, right? The Gripen. The Gripen has all of these large, very large screens over here that you can use for an RWR, a camera, or the radar, you know. Why is it doing that? Didn't do anything. Yeah, very, very cool. The radar is only there apparently, I think. Let me check. No, I think I can change it. Yeah, I can change it up. So I can have an INS system, for example, here, the radar there, and RWR there, or maybe the TV system there or something. So you can choose it up. And yeah, they are working on it. Very, very cool stuff. But yeah, guys, basically this is it. There are other aircraft that they updated. Not gonna show every single one of them. The videos are already too long. But it is very cool to see this type of thing added to the game, especially for sim players. So if you are a sim player, rejoice, especially for top tier, because the MFDs, especially in the NATO aircraft and some Russian aircraft, it is pretty amazing right now. But yeah, guys, I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and bye, guys. See you.